So this is a little slime, which he's so cute.
I'm so happy you know the name.
That's
Done!
Yay! I actually done it. This isn't good. Okay,
I'm so hyped and focused on this thing.
It's
here.
hard. It's hard to concentrate.
And the thing is, when you're being bullied, you do feel as a child, why are the adults in the world letting me down? Why are they letting this happen? When I started fighting back, changed my life forever.
I'm actually enjoying a little bit of wine while we do this because it felt inappropriate to not have libations.
Look at this. It's kind of, I don't know what this was from.
I had a great freaking time. I chose a Lego set that's like, don't do the flowers, guys. Don't do the flowers.
Obviously, I'm the problem because I keep making the same bad decisions.
I did berate them for a long time about coming on Lego, so when David asked, I had to say yes.
Yeah. Okay. No big deal.
Yeah, fuck, how do I pitch my channel? I cover a lot of the current drama and stuff that's going on, but predominantly I'm somebody who's kicked around the internet for quite a long time.
I guess technically it's round 2, though, right? Oh, no, we got it. Okay, never mind.
We're round one.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the top of my table is black here, and I loaded all these black Legos onto it, so it's
outstanding.
So I do bonsai. I collect bonsai trees, and these trees aren't it. they're wrong. These trees they have bad form.
I actually dyed my hair jet black at one point, and I have white eyebrows and white eyelashes and arm hair. So
She just continues to make poor decisions. Wendy does.
Wow. So you're stuck with Timu Wendy.
Timu Wendy.
I got the part of the base done, and I'm working on what I think is the owl now. That's how you get invited back. You just do it really slow.
That looks really cool.
That's awesome.
It's so random.
But it's not the size of the tower, it's how well you use it.
Everything I say.
We're gonna be here till 2 a.m.
Outstanding.
it's so past my bedtime right now.
Having the problem with this one here.
Just tell me what I need to do.
You're telling me that
Zero
you have no
numbers. There's no numbers.
I'm not sure how you done.
No numbers.
right?
My kids are going to build this before I'm done with mine tonight.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
They're starting now.
I'm at this point, and I gave up. Look at that. It's half a stud short. How does that happen?
That car was a pain in the ass.
So I started posting those and watching YouTubers and doing stuff like that, and I got approached by some people who wanted to interview me about my dad, and I thought, why am I going to give it to you? Why don't I do it?
You got Chloe?
Chloe came in the car.
Awesome.
Wait, hang on. Let's pull it up. We need this.
We found Chloe, chat. Chat, we found Chloe. She's been located.
I mean, this is the last piece of the puzzle, and then we put Chloe in there, and we are pretty much good to go, folks.
Beckett always has to make it harder on himself. He does.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel yeah, I do. I don't know. I'm pretty glad that I picked this Lego set because it's kind of fun and interesting. But I'm this is a lot of small pieces. I'm gonna leave it for the stream.
Oh wow, Baker, that's beautiful. Me gusto that. That's really cute.
We did it
Gorgeous, just like you, Baker.
Well, hey, Flash can have a half-hour intro, so can we, my God.
Hey,
What's
welcome.
going on, everybody?
Hello. Welcome. Is it Lethal, Lauren?
Yeah. You can just call me Lauren. That's fine. You don't have to.
I'm gonna,
I like the lethal, though. That makes you sound
This is
scary.
Lethal. How are you today?
I mean, I'm all right. We just had my dad's birthday dinner for his 75th, so I just got back from that.
nice.
So pretty good.
Happy birthday.
It was yummy.
I had to leave a family event for this too, so I'm right there with you.
I didn't have to.
Have you been to a 75th birthday? No one has to leave. It ends at 5.
Don't they usually have it at like 4 o'clock with like Denny's earlier special?
Well, it's 6:30 for this one. It's pretty wild. So.
Ooh, 30 times.
Yeah, that's off the hook there.
Outstanding.
6:30 for
Your parents, your dad's 75.
Yeah, he is.
He's just a young whippersnapper.
I'll tell him you said that.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my friend Lauren.
Yay!
She has graced us with her presence, and I can't wait to get into this, y'all, because this girl is getting sued-ish by Blake Lively.
Not so much sued, just more like I am now involved in an ongoing lawsuit, but like I'm not being sued yet. I mean, there's always that possibility. I say stuff, so I mean,
Girl can dream.
Yeah, no.
So this is all over the Boldani drama, right?
Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively's lawsuit. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can we get some?
So I'm not exactly clear about your involvement.
You and me both.
Why you're being
basically the reason that
out of it.
Yeah, so
how ridiculous is their theory, but what is it?
So she had this theory in the beginning of her lawsuit that the Wayfair parties had initiated a smear campaign against her, and when she amended her lawsuit, she decided that it was an ongoing smear campaign, and so that people were still involved. This was still a thing that's happening, even though that's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And so she is determined now that because I talk bad about her on the internet in some colorful language, which is just something I do when I'm mad about anything, to be honest, that I must be paid by the Wayfair parties and Justin Baldoni to be doing that on their behalf, and I'm part of some conspiracy. And she would like for me to give over my bank information and stuff like that for that, so that she could prove it.
That's what I assumed it was. And now, just for context, how many subs do you have?
Well, now it's just under 25,000. But when I started covering this lawsuit, it was somewhere way under 10. So
okay, so way under 10,000 subs, and she thinks that this PR team, the smear PR team, is so brilliant that they're going to elicit the assistance of someone who has 10,000 subs on YouTube, and that's how they're gonna get at Blake. Right?
So let me tell you something wilder. She subpoenaed someone with 1 subscriber. That's not a joke. That's not an exaggeration. She did that. So
with 1 subscriber.
1 subscriber. Yep.
Wow.
Wow. That's somebody who's watching way too closely to just nonsense.
Looking for anything and everything.
That's somebody that works for her that needs a job.
Man, God. The one subscriber person, she's actually really nice, though. She's a nice chick.
How did they even find her? The creator.
Her name's Ken's, and I don't know. But we know who she is now. So thanks, Blake.
Impressive. Yeah, there you go. Good job, Blake.
How many subs does she have now? This is like the Barbara Streisand effect.
Way more than 1, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, way more than probably over 1,000 at least. Somebody in the chat can probably tell us. Mildly Mercurial could probably tell us, I'm sure.
And Mildly says, "Tell him about Ken's, Lauren."
That's Ken's. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's Ken's.
Nice.
That's insane. You'd think she'd have better things to do with, her
apparently not
multi-millions of dollars, and
you can do anything and go anywhere and just like ignore people on the internet because you're still making money when they comment on your shit. But, like,
right?
That's not good enough for her, I suppose.
Instead, you're going to go after somebody with 1 subscriber.
Correct.
Jeff Felici says, "Was Blake the 1 subscriber?"
Probably, man. Probably.
Right?
That's funny.
So here's the thing. I was trying to figure out what movie she had been in because I wanted to send you a Lego that was related to one of her movies. And I can tell you, I have never seen a single one of her movies.
You got like a shark
except she happened to be in Deadpool 2.
Yeah, that's right.
As the female Deadpool, right? That was the only thing that I don't even think her face is in there. I don't even know if she has any lines in that. I'm trying to remember.
She's a voiceover for Ladypool, I think, and it's like a very quick thing. So yeah.
I don't think I knew who she was before this whole thing popped off.
Yeah.
No.
No. I'm also not a big movie person, so I don't know a lot of movies. But I guess she's more famous for the Gossip Girl show, which I miss that. Like my generation, I'm like too old to have. Like I missed all that.
It's a good show. Even I would watch it. But
Cool.
I've watched it multiple times, which is embarrassing. But and like I'm pretty like.
Are you a fan of Deadpool? That's the question.
I love Deadpool, and it sucks. I hate Deadpool, but I love Deadpool now. You know what I mean? So I used to love Deadpool so much. I don't know if I would watch another Deadpool movie at this point, but I definitely was a fan. So Green Lantern, Marley Mikuro says, I liked Green Lantern. I was like one of the only fans of that movie.
I haven't seen that.
I have never seen it.
Was that the Netflix?
But she was in
No, that was Green Arrow.
No, it was
no.
forever
It was an
ago,
actual made-for-theaters movie.
Yeah. This is like 2000. It must have been like 2010, 2011 or something.
Yeah. And my understanding is Ryan didn't want to do it, but he thought it would get him a step closer to doing Deadpool, which is what he really wanted to do.
Gotcha. I didn't know that at the time. I was just like, oh, this is such a great movie because that's where they met, I guess, on that film.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently she was in that, but I never watched the movie because Green Lantern never appealed to me.
Nick Staros here. Everybody, go sub to Nick, y'all.
Hey, Nick.
I know that name, yeah, because he talked to Megan recently. I think I saw that.
Yeah, he did.
Cool.
Yeah,
He's
he did. And Nick is supposed to be back with Steph the Alter Nerd for a rematch at some point in the future. So we have to
we got to get that scheduled, don't we?
Yeah, we do. It was scheduled and then we had to cancel it last minute, but we'll get that scheduled again.
Oh, Age of
So, Lauren, I have a quick question for you. What is your wrestling name?
My wrestling name? Oh God, I don't know.
If you had a wrestling name, we're not saying you're a wrestler.
I don't know. Somebody needs to help me out with this one because I have no freaking clue.
I mean, Lethal Lauren is pretty cool for a wrestling name.
I guess we're gonna have to
Lethal
stick with
Lauren
that.
actually is kind of a wrestler.
Yeah.
name. That's pretty good.
I would buy
actually.
tickets for Lethal Lauren,
That's not bad.
right?
That'll be
I guess the
500
next
bucks.
question. The next question would be, what would be your walkout song, right? What would the intro song be for Lethal Lauren?
It's something that people don't love this band so much, but the score, the score, probably something like that from them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly it would be though. I've never thought about wrestling anyone, but I'll let you know if I ever do.
That's the normal
you're
human
not a
response, I think,
wrestler?
to that. That's-
No, I did swimming. I was not a wrestler. So,
What events did you swim? I swam.
I did. So I was a weird kid. I really liked butterfly, right? But I wanted to do like insane distances that like no
You're
normal
insane
human.
just for liking
Yeah.
butterfly.
Way
That's the
Jose.
worst stroke
So
ever.
I would enter these
It's
freestyle
terrible.
events and I would swim on butterfly. So I did like a mile fly once. I did a couple 400 flies. That was my favorite thing to do.
Wait, time out. What did you just say? You would enter like distance freestyle events and swim
Right.
them all butterfly?
Yes, I would.
Oh, you're lethal.
I love it.
That's just insane.
That's some
I mean,
David Goggins level.
I liked it because it's like nobody else wanted to do that. Everybody thinks it's way too hard. I'm like, you know what? Tell me I can't. So
Woo, yes,
that was a lifetime ago. Though,
I
man.
can't.
Ask me to do that now. Absolutely not.
I cannot.
I'm not touching that now.
I swam breaststroke. That was my stroke back in the day.
Of course you did,
when I was on
David.
the swim team. Well,
I
know,
was
I
a
found
freestyle kid.
what I liked and I went with it.
Trying to figure out if I'm putting the right piece on here.
Freestyle kid.
Lauren does have swimming.
All right, what are you
swam
building,
on-
Lauren? What wonderful set did you get?
Yeah, you sent me some plants. They're cool. Look at smiley face.
Hang on.
Oh, how
Those are
cute!
cool.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
never seen that one. Oh, I like
Some
that.
happy plants.
Well, if I put them together correctly, you'll see it. But if not, you won't.
Oh, we believe in you. You're gonna do well.
Oh, that's a mistake, but thank you.
I'm finishing up my lighthouse since I'm on the boat again. I
Oh,
have
sweet.
I'm building the lighthouse on the boat. So now I'm working on the actual tower since I did the base last time.
Oh, sweet.
Did you want to show that your lights work now too?
Oh my god.
No, we're not showing off the lights.
Wait. What? No, I'm not showing up.
Never mind. Okay.
Not yet.
The lights.
How
What are
about you?
talking
Hawthorne?
These are- Okay, here, real quick.
Yeah, never mind, David. I'm done.
Over here. Over here, we're building the Leonardo da Vinci flying machine.
Yes.
Dave built it a couple weeks ago. It looks awesome. So we're getting into it.
It's very cool.
Love,
It looks cool.
love, love, love. My cousin asked me today, does anyone ever build the same set and like have a competition? I'm like, this is not a competition show.
That sounds
We'll see if Valhalla can build it faster than I did.
I'm already struggling.
It's not
I
an
forgot I
easy
can
build,
move
but it was a fun build.
Oh,
I
Farrell,
will
sorry.
say I broke it several times.
Farrell is
after I
a
built
fan of Lauren, and she's mad. She's like, "Of course you have Lauren on when I have to go to sleep. Sorry."
Sleeps
She
for the
works
week,
nights.
Farrell.
Don't go to sleep. Yeah.
She works nights. She doesn't have a choice. Oh, there's Broken Baker.
Hey, Baker. I was on a channel where you don't have a wrench. Just wanted to ruin your night. Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Oh,
Appreciate
that's
it.
not nice. Oh, Old Nine Red was a swimmer too. She swam the
nice.
200 and all distances of breaststroke every year. She competed, swam the breast in medley, relay, and
Nice.
either lead or good. That chicken out. Good job. I
So
swim
Lauren,
a lot.
aside from
I think
the
that's
whole
cool.
Blake Lively stuff, what do you cover on your YouTube channel? Like what's sort of its describe your YouTube channel? Why, other than the Blake Lively stuff, would someone want to subscribe to you?
Oh God, I don't know. But no, I'm kidding. But I started talking about this case with the former Bachelor lead Clayton. You guys have heard Megan Fox talk about, I'm sure, with the fake twin pregnancy. And
Oh,
this
yeah,
lady who's
Nick's
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So I
Lauren
started talking
Owens.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And so like that, but before that, I was just making bad Fortnite clips. So I was like, I don't know why anyone would want to subscribe to me because I'm just making bad Fortnite clips. There's no draw, right? But like that's I somehow got connected with Dave and Megan and they helped me out and I kind of just kept going from there. But I'm still pretty new. This has been like a little over a year now, so I don't
Look
have
at you.
Yeah, I don't have like a ton of experience outside of those two cases, but it is what it is.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, but
Now I've been seeing
average-
you've been like doing like breaking live and reading through documents as they're being filed. Is that sort of your style going forward? That's what you're going to be doing.
It is now, and it has been for a while. I think that in the beginning, lots of people were covering this case. It was a huge deal when it first came out, and like things were happening every day. Something like scandalous was happening every day, and so it's like, how do I make this work for me? How do I stick out versus other people? And the thing that I could do is I would get there first every time. So I was always waiting for something to pop up, and I would always show up, I guess is basically what I would do. And so that was kind of hard in the beginning. Now I have more of a kind of a backing that I'm like, I don't have to spaz out about everything right away all the time. But for a while there, for a couple of months there, it was very, very stressful just trying to get to everything as fast as I could. But it worked out in my favor, so I don't regret it at all.
No regrets.
That's
no regrets.
good.
So Zach keeps super chatting, and he wants me to read these super chats.
Zach is a freak. Hi, Zach.
Now, really?
Gotta love Zach.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Wait, how do I make this freaking noodle stick to the thing?
Shit. Let me see. Can you? It doesn't slide in, or
you make?
No.
Huh.
I could be doing it wrong though. So I'll wait on that.
Okay. We'll wait on that. Okay. So I'm gonna. Thank you so much, Peace Geek Stacy LeBruno, for being a YouTube member to our channels. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And King Bob, as always, thank you. Oh, King Bob gifted a membership to Valhalla's channel. Thank you so much.
Thanks, King Bob. Appreciate
So, Zach, do you really want me to read this out loud? Because
he does, and he says it to me every day, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, only if Lauren says it's okay.
Lauren
Who
says
is
it's fine.
Lauren? She looks gay.
I do look gay. I believe in truth in advertising, so
there you go.
No false advertising here. And Tammy Fayette, thank you for the super chat. She's just got a bunch of goats there because everyone loves Valhalla's goat babies.
Oh yeah, I'm a
Thank
big
you
fan
so
of the
much.
goats.
Aren't they great?
Yeah, totally.
And Cat Lady Ballerina for the $5 super chat. I knew Blake from Gossip Girl, but she annoyed me because her mouth doesn't move enough when she talks.
Well, now all I'm gonna notice is that. So thanks.
Me too.
What, really? Now I gotta watch the show just to see that.
Yeah, now I gotta check.
We're gonna have to watch Gossip Girl, you guys. And then Zach, her wrestling name is Wreck-It Ralphie or Ralphie.
Ralphie, he says one of the first things he ever said to me, like because we have the same sense of humor, was like, "You remind me of Ralphie May."
Yeah, Zach's gonna
That's
be my
pretty funny,
ex-husband
actually.
number 4, Lauren. So I'll get to
cool.
him. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. They convinced you to do this. I have been here. I've been here since. Thank you, Jude, for being a member for 21 months. And also Jennifer
21
Vernier.
months? Dang.
I know, right? This has been a long time. Did Blake give birth to all their kids, or did they use a surrogate?
She
don't know. Does
she did,
anyone
I believe.
know?
I'm pretty sure
She
she
did?
did.
Okay.
Yeah. I know she did with the most recent one because it was like it wasn't too long before the film, and that was an issue for her of like body.
Wait,
her, like she had like a body image thing with
wasn't-
that. So
Wasn't there a rumor like she was in a fat suit or something and she wasn't actually pregnant, or was that somebody? Oh no, that's the princess.
Yeah, Meghan Markle.
Meghan.
Oh,
Markle,
I don't know anything about Meghan Markle, but I hear people talk about her a lot.
She's not a.
I'm mixing up our guests.
Like their
their
expertise.
Subject matter.
enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I was missing a whole piece. That's why I wouldn't stick it.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey, that's usually the thing. When's the last time you built Lego?
Oh God, I don't
Right.
even know. No idea. I play Lego Fortnite. Does that count?
Thank you very much. Thank you,
Does it-
Jennifer. She said I pronounced
think
her
it counts.
I didn't even know there was a Lego Fortnite.
There is a Lego Fortnite. It's fun, but it's not like Legos. So, no, I haven't done any Lego stuff in like forever and ever and ever. But I like puzzles and stuff like that a lot. So it's kind of
cool.
Just anything where you can put stuff together is cool. I'm not always the best at it, but it entertains me, so it's fun.
My family love puzzles. I have a sister that like will be like a super fancy place shopping. I don't like shopping, and she'll be all buying puzzles, and everyone else is like buying like fancy. She's like, "Oh no, I'm going to the puzzle section." She loves it.
That's where everyone should be. The puzzle section is the best.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, can't you get those at the thrift store? And because what are you gonna? Why would you buy a brand new puzzle? I guess because all the pieces are in it.
Yeah, that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you not buy a Lego from like brand new, or not a Lego puzzle?
Well, I
like the
wouldn't
worst.
because what are you gonna do with it after? Like, you don't
I
frame
put
everything.
them together and then I forget about them for 6 months and then I put them together again.
Yeah, see, that's what you do.
That's really cool.
We had one. Mrs.
Cool
Valhalla,
is a nice word for it, but thank you.
Mrs. Valhalla had one that she liked a lot, and it's like it's a longhorn cow, but it's like the shape of the cow. It's like a silhouette, and it's just.
Oh, I like
it's-
that.
Okay, so she liked it a lot and wanted to frame it and stuff, and it was sitting under a bed in the spare room for probably 3 years before we finally were like, okay,
That's
let's get
reminder
rid of this
for you.
thing. Yeah.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome everyone that just came in. We've had
Hi,
about
Sarah.
50 people come in the last 10 minutes. So
Nice.
would everyone please like to show what they're building again for the folks that just came in? That would be awesome.
yeah.
And let's start with our beautiful guest, Lethal.
I
Lauren.
got some plants here. We're working on that.
Beautiful.
Those are the best plants ever.
And then
They're
maybe
happy
she'll-
plants, right?
Who's
Isn't that what it is? Happy plants?
I'm
They
so
are now.
happy.
Yeah, we're happy. I've got
gay.
my
They're happy.
lighthouse, and here for Wendy.
Thanks,
I'll
Dave.
show you that. Look, it lights up.
Yay.
Look at that. See?
This is so cool.
And
I
I
Is
am
it?
building. No. Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine.
Yeah,
Very-
something was flying
That's
over there.
Yeah.
we almost lost Valhalla.
Yeah, I saw that.
Chair
the
moved
plants
a
are
little quicker than I
cool.
was expecting it to.
Sarah, do you like real plants or do you like Lego plants or what? And I love just Khaleesi's name. That's really cool.
Just Khaleesi, that's good.
Hey, Sarah, what's up?
Yeah. Thank you all for being here. Welcome all of Lethal Lawrence
Oh, that's
fans.
not
We're happy to
supposed to go
have you
that way.
here. And Vice Baby, did you see the new intro? You're in the new intro. The one I wasn't able to be here for one of our really cool guests. I was out of the country or something. I don't remember. I was gone or something, and we had Vice Baby on, and
Aw.
I think you're in Hawaii.
I missed him.
You're
Oh, I
always
was.
somewhere.
I was in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I am always somewhere. Normally, I could take my laptop and be part of the show, but that was a trip that I actually because the time difference too was whack-a-donk when I was in Hawaii, so it was like 6 hours behind East Coast time. So that was crazy.
Oh, look at that! It lights up inside the house. So it's supposed to light up inside the little
we
house.
can't-
I'm
that's
very excited
cool.
about that.
Very
Oh,
cute.
it's in there.
I'm not sure that I can tell.
That's okay. I can tell, and that's all that matters.
That is all that matters, Dave.
Oh, I
We
need a new
chat.
All right, so Lauren, so you're being sued by Blake Lively. How are
Oh,
you
no,
going to
just
profit off
subpoenaed,
of this?
not
promotion?
sued. Don't worry, just subpoenaed. It's all good. What was it?
I said, how are you going to monetize this to the maximum amount?
So I decided, I didn't want to crowdfund or anything like that. So I decided to fight that myself. I had to write my own motion and file it in the federal court, which was stressful. So I did that, and I felt like I didn't really know what I was talking about as far as the law goes, but as far as the factual arguments, like you have no reason to be doing this, I felt like I did a pretty good job. So I did that, and then she immediately withdrew. And now at this point, I have asked the judge to like kind of make sure that she can't do that again without court approval, because she did all of this without, because you can just, if you're a lawyer, you can just send a subpoena. You don't have to get a judge to sign off on it. So I wrote to the judge and I said, will you just like make it so if she does this to me again, she has to get court approval first. So that's where we're at now.
Okay, so the judge hasn't ruled on that.
No, and they did, because she withdrew, the motion that I wrote to quash the subpoena was rendered moot. So I don't know if he's going to, what he's going to do about the letters with the request for the protective orders, which is what I was just talking about, and stuff like that. Is if he's like going to do anything with that, but we'll have to wait and find out, I guess. But I started seeing, like, after I wrote that letter asking for the protective order, I started seeing my face all over these like magazine websites and stuff like that. I was like, what is happening? And they had this ugly ass screenshot of me just going around there like YouTuber accuses Blake Lively of harassment. I was like, man, what? Like, Jesus, you couldn't have asked me for a photo or something. What's that?
What's the face look like? The photo that they're using? Really?
They did you dirty, Lauren. They did you dirty.
So dirty, man.
I'll be right back. I gotta tell these kids to be quiet. They're too loud.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's so weird. I don't know, because the way that they sensationalized it made it sound like I was suing her for harassment or something. I was like, no. Like, yes, I did say that I believe that the subpoena she sent for my information was harassing and it was meant to intimidate. And because that's what I believe is true, they had no reason to subpoena me other than I said something about her that she doesn't like, and that I said something about Justin that she doesn't like, which was very positive, and I believe what he's saying. And so, there was no reason to do that. And you can't just subpoena people and like get their bank account numbers because you don't like what they say. That's not... it was only
that's crazy.
It was designed to make people afraid to talk bad about her, basically. So I called
have
that
a question
harassment.
for you, though.
Yeah. What's up?
Why don't you believe all women?
Because sorry, I mean I understand this topic comes up a lot. Because women lie just like men do. And I know that.
Damn
because
right.
I'm a lesbian, dude. I know women lie. Like I'm not that's not a foreign concept to me, because I know plenty of women who don't tell the truth. So
she's had to navigate the same mean streets we have, Dave.
it
She
is
knows.
unfortunate, but it's true. It is the truth, though. I mean, I've said this a couple of times, and I'm not going to get too much into it right now, but I've been the subject of, somebody's false accusations, and it's terrible. It's not fair. And like, what are you supposed to do in that scenario between me and her? Who are you going to believe? You can't believe all women in that scenario, can you? What are you going to do?
One.
Well, isn't that a conundrum for
Well, I'm going to believe Lauren
that
because she's
turn of phrase, right?
Yeah, it's and people don't like to be confronted with that, and so they get mad at me, and so they're just like, "Well, you're a piece of shit," basically. Well, okay, you're welcome to think that. That's fine. Just don't tag me.
Turned against your own kind.
I mean, that's how they feel, I guess.
It's an easy way to dismiss, your stance without actually having to argue it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I know that
unfortunately
too well. Yeah.
Whoever they are, they've been doing it forever. Them.
They have.
They.
Them.
They them.
So, what other controversial takes do you have on society, Lauren?
What's up?
I said, what other controversial takes do you have on society?
Honestly, I don't think my takes are always that controversial. I think that, let's put it this way. So I am, obviously an LGBT person, right? And so I think that one of my more, if I have to say anything else, I think this is probably my only other like controversial take, which is that I don't think that if you are like, you don't like gay marriage, or if you just like don't believe in it or whatever, that you're like the worst person on planet Earth. And I don't think that we should all be subject to call everybody exactly what they want if it's out of reason. Maybe that's something that's a little bit
but I
controversial.
want to be a cat. You have to identify me as a cat.
Yeah, and I won't do that. So that's the problem, I think. But that's my only, within reason, I'll respect everybody, and I want to make everybody feel comfortable. But I think that within reason, you know what I mean. So like, sometimes there's like some takes where I'm just like, I'm not going to call you an alien. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of controversial takes. I'm pretty laid back. I pretty much try to respect everybody, and so other than me using strong language to describe Blake Lively and Laura Owens, I don't really have any problems. So
what is this strong language that you keep referring to? You just what?
I don't know if I should say it on your show, man.
Oh, it's not children friendly, even though we're playing with Legos.
Yeah,
so you're fine.
I'm not worried about the children. I'm worried about your YouTube channel. It's not good. I don't know.
You're gonna get the guys.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying, for your monetization purposes, I think I probably should not say it.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a strange,
strange
request.
I mean,
swear on demand.
You've probably heard it, Valhalla.
Oh, people are telling us what it is.
Oh, good. Okay.
Thanks, Lisa.
Oh, the C word. Okay.
Yeah,
that's my favorite
Well, I
word.
hadn't heard what the actual bad statement was. All right, so
you do need a Lego set.
But again, why would that prompt this whole thing unless you're completely ego driven? They say like show business, you have to have like really tough skin, rhino skin, because you get a lot of rejection. But some of these people seem so fragile. Their egos are so fragile. They can't take the slightest little criticism about them.
No. I mean, I've never met anyone who used the federal court system to deal with it, but here we are. So,
Right.
But that's true.
Oh, Winks is asking, what's up with the Deadpool being in front of the screen?
Deadpool.
Oh no, they said the irony of Deadpool being in front screen with Lauren on.
Deadpool and I are.
That was
like,
planned.
Tight.
Deadpool's making sure that she says only the appropriate things.
That's right. Deadpool wants your account number.
Pistols pointed at me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, people in chat were like, "We want your credit card number, please."
I mean, get in line, right? Because these rich people want my maxed out credit card number, and I don't understand.
Right? They already get so many free things. What else could they possibly want?
Yikes. I don't know. My debt, apparently. So
it's just
so I don't know how much to reveal.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Correct. I mean, it's bullying. It's these rich Hollywood elites picking on somebody on the internet that's got some opinions that they don't like.
Even if you got one subscriber.
Even if you got one subscriber.
Yeah.
Should we go as far as say that she's the next Amber Heard?
Yes, I would.
It's looking like it. I don't know much about. I don't know the in depth of the claims or whatever, but it seems pretty sus.
I'll say this: when I come out and say I don't believe somebody when they're making claims of sexual harassment or something of the like, it's going to be because I have a very good reason to believe that they're not telling the truth. So before I kind of really started taking the side of I believe what Justin is saying, I talked to people who either worked with him in the past, worked on that film, or just know him and love him and have been a part of his life. And everyone that I heard back from told me there is 100% no chance that this man did this. This did not happen. Some people that I've heard from were there and they know it didn't happen. I never asked about Blake. I never asked them to tell me anything about Blake and Justin's kind of relation to each other. I just asked about Justin. And they said 100% Justin Baldoni is not the man who would ever do this. So, as far as her claims go, I think she's full of shit.
You know what this reminds me of? When I was in high school, I did a CPR, or not a CPR, a lifeguard training program.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is you got to be able to get like people out of the water that might have hit their head, and you want to hold their neck still. And so you have to prop their back of their head up, and then you have to support their chin with the front. And if you're doing it with a woman, the arm goes right down between the breasts, and you got to hold them stiff like that. There's one woman or girl in high school that I was doing. She complained that I was touching her, and to the coach, and the coach is like, "Well, how?" And he's like, "Well, with his arm along my breasts." And he's like, "But that's the position Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell
mean
you.
exactly like
But
he's
it reminds
supposed
me of
to?
something. It reminds me of something like that. They're talking about sex scenes, acting in a movie,
Yeah.
and they're bringing up examples of how to do it or whatever. It just sounds like that's the industry you're in, lady. If you're pretending to have a sex scene, you have to sometimes talk about sex.
I mean, she
it
talked
just
about
seems ridiculous.
She talked about this dance scene a lot, where they were doing a montage where the characters are falling in love. And when the characters were falling in love, he was
Yeah.
very much acting like the character in the book that the movie was based on. He has like a thing for her neck, which she made it sound like it was this really creepy thing that he was just doing because he was like creepy on her. But like, no, the character has a fascination with the female character's neck. And so he was like, kind of putting his face close to her neck and stuff like that. He wasn't doing anything super inappropriate, just like acting like he was supposed to act in the scene. And then she wrote in her complaints, not the amended complaint, because she amended it after the evidence came out that refuted her claim, but the original complaint, she said he was talking about how, oh my gosh, it smells so good and stuff like that. And then the evidence comes out, the clip comes out, and it shows that none of that happened at all. That she actually like made fun of his nose and said he should get a nose job, and all this kinds of stuff. Like she was accusing him of, and I was like, you actually did all these things. Like she was biting his lip in scenes where she was apparently not supposed to be, and she was doing all this stuff like when the videos and photos came out that she was not supposed to, and she's over here saying this man's going off script and creeping on me, but that's not what happened. So
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be absolutely wrong. I don't know the story entirely. But isn't the hell was I going to say now? Come back to me.
Zach
Valhalla, take it away.
said you forgot to tell us about nibbling on the girl's ear, David.
Nibbling on the girl's
forgot
ear?
that part.
Oh, I know what. That's what happened. No, I know what I was going to say. Isn't this
Swimming backwards.
Didn't she want some sort of like writing credit or something like this?
Production,
this was
something
really
a high level
contractual dispute, and she's because she didn't get the way she wanted, or she didn't get the credit that she wanted, some like writing credit or something. She's going this route, right?
She wanted a
Isn't that
producer
what I
credit.
heard?
Yeah. She wanted a producer
what I
credit, and she basically demanded it. And like she was saying, like she wouldn't move forward with the film if they didn't agree to all these things, like the 17-point list of demands and stuff. Where she was basically, it's not a formal harassment complaint or anything like that, but she was saying like, I won't move forward with the film unless you sign this, basically, so she could make it look like they agreed to it later on. And so she made them like sign off on her being a producer. And all that, and it was like either do it or you lose all this money for the film and you have to start over, or maybe it just fails. You know what I mean? So
now there was a loss.
Yeah. What's up?
There was a lawsuit brought by what's his name, Justin, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is that the case that's pending, or was that dismissed?
The judge dismissed his lawsuit. So what a lot of people don't understand, and I'll explain why. So when that lawsuit was dismissed, Blake Lively puts out an Instagram post and says, it was all these organizations who had written amicus briefs and stuff like that helped her because she was the subject of a retaliatory lawsuit, basically for reporting on her sexual harassment. And she like got it dismissed because basically she was in the right. But what actually happened was, she had some smart lawyers. They're, in my opinion, pretty bad people, but smart lawyers who knew that if she put this all in a CRD complaint, which is like a formal legal filing beforehand, they can't really be sued for that. So you can't really be sued for what you say in a formal legal document. So before they had the New York Times article come out, they said all this defamatory stuff about him in the legal setting, to where like they couldn't get in trouble for that. So the judge dismissed it mostly based on
because she has judicial immunity.
Right. So basically most of it was dismissed because of the privilege with the legal documents. And then some of it was just like pleading deficiencies. And so it was never about he was in the right or he was in the wrong. It was more so like, you can't, I guess, prove your claim of defamation based on what was written in these legal documents, or you didn't state it correctly, and I don't think you're going to be able to state it in a way that kind of works within the system. So it's not like he did anything wrong and she did anything right, but people unfortunately took it that way because she responded in kind. So she made it sound like that, and so people have kind of run with that.
So Yeah, and the reason for that is that the courts don't want people to be afraid to file things, and if they file it
Yeah.
and they end up being wrong, then they get sued.
Well, I mean,
So
you think
that
about
makes
all the
sense.
people
So now
that
the case was
right.
dismissed.
I mean,
Go
there's
ahead.
going to be a lot more people that suffer if that's not the case than there is what we're seeing right now, which is that somebody's suffering because that is the case, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And nobody really wants this guy to be, because this guy who is like a total feminist and an absolute like apparently amazing guy to like suffer for that, but at the same time, it's like how many people are you hurting if you take that away? So it's a very complicated thing.
Can a feminist really
So
be
then,
a
what
great
is
guy?
the current lawsuit?
Damn it.
No, he can't. No.
So the current lawsuit is just her claims, which she dropped her emotional distress claims, her formal emotional distress claims, because I guess she, and in my opinion, she doesn't have any evidence to support it. But she's saying she's just going to bring this garden variety emotional distress claim. So she's going to, I guess, try to prove that, which is basically like other people who are around her can testify to her being distressed. But what is going on other than that is just the sexual harassment claims. And there is the obviously like the defamation, the smear campaign stuff. So I can't name for you all the causes right now, but basically the big things are the defamation and the sexual harassment. So, I mean, there's some other stuff going on there, but I don't totally remember off the top of my head.
Damn it! Why don't you know? Now I have to read the documents you sent me.
I did send it to you, yeah. Nobody likes to.
Just so everyone who's watching, just everyone who's watching over on MLS, I'm going to shut it down. You guys will be redirected over to the Lego Law Life and Libations channel, and hopefully you'll go over there and subscribe. Because I'm trying to get that channel going as the exclusive source of Lego Law Life and Libations, created by Valhalla Awaits, by the way. And so in like 5 minutes or so, I'm gonna send you guys over there. But there is a link pinned at the top of the chat if you're watching on MLS.
I don't think I have that link. I think I have your Dave's link, your MLS.
No,
link.
that's it.
Smash.
That's fine. That's fine. But everyone is giving me credit for creating this show, and I want to be clear that it is 100% Valhalla that created this show. I had
You
nothing
can
to do
blame
with
him
it
for
whatsoever.
all of this.
Yes, blame him definitely.
Yeah, and you can blame him for me too.
I certainly do.
As you should.
That's right. David and Valhalla are like, would you hurry up and get a husband so we quit getting blamed for everything? And I'm like,
oh
my
God.
We're both married. We get blamed enough as it is.
Right? I know. I'm so sorry for you guys, but I don't have anyone else to blame. So what am I going to do? I'm going to start blaming Lauren now. Sorry, Lauren.
Everyone else
I don't know
does.
how much you
Well, I mean, that's what I'm
reveal.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much you reveal about yourself, but you, where are you located?
Florida, Jacksonville area.
Okay. Where's Jacksonville?
Yeah,
Northeast. In the state.
Northeast?
Northeast of the state. Yeah.
So Panhandle or no?
No, Panhandle's northwest.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, duh, Wendy.
It's near Georgia.
Close to Georgia. Yeah, I'm maybe like an hour or two away from Georgia. Yeah.
Nice. I love the beaches over there. Oh my god.
It's too
In like near Jacksonville. I was about to say that's.
Well, I've never been there, but my kid used to live in the Panhandle, and so we used to go to Destin a lot, and I love
Destin's great. Destin's way better than here.
It's so luxurious. The sand just melts in your. I don't know how to describe. It's like walking on clouds. It's just so beautiful.
So
I loved it.
You born and raised in Florida, or did you move there as an adult?
I was born here and I grew up here, and then I moved away for college and I came back.
I feel like that's the only way you could comfortably live in Florida is if you were born there.
Maybe.
Yeah, that
Otherwise, it's
humidity
way
is-
too hot.
I don't know.
Well,
Lots of retirees seem to make it work. So. You know?
Yeah, because when you're old, you get
Well,
hot.
I
you
guess
get cold.
Yeah, old people do get cold, and
do.
I hate that because anytime I go to like an old person's house here, it's like, well, I'm sweating. So yeah.
My dad's wife is 20 years younger than him, and we joke how like he's old and she's not. Like she's going through menopause and he's old. So he has the house. He wants the heater on all the time because he's freezing,
Oh,
and
God.
she's like, "Excuse me, hot flash here. Turn that heater on."
No way.
No way.
Oh,
Don't
I
do
did
that.
this
Yeah.
wrong. Oh,
Yeah, I
I
had
gotta
to
take my
that
things
apart.
apart. How goes your bill, Lauren?
Fixed it.
I had to restart something, but
You had to restart something.
We're gonna be okay. Yeah, I think.
Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. Don't worry about
Lauren, I have a question.
What's up?
Are you a no person or a yes person? Are you more likely to say yes or no?
What are you asking me for, Wendy?
Well, maybe I'll tell you.
I think you probably should.
Okay, so like if you okay, so I used to be a no person. I just